How's it going? So I want to make a quick video about weight loss. So I've lost 60 kilos now in 247 days. So this is kind of like I said I'm gonna do it. It was a long time ago now. I started 147 kgs. I was super fat, class 3 obesity, and now I'm 87.75. So I am below 20. I'm 24 BMI. So I am extremely good weight right now. And I have to say, it's amazing. Like, being fat offers no benefits. It's better energy to be slim, your blood pressure is better, your memory is better. It's just that your body functions better, you feel better, you have more energy. It's amazing. You should definitely. The reason why I became fat is because I thought, hey, a lot of wealthy people are fat people. Maybe there is something about the brain having infinite supply of calories. So maybe if I just binge eat, it will give me a boost in productivity, and it's completely reverse. Like, being slim, you're just better, more productive, and feel better. It's just better, basically, right? Okay, so this is 60 kilo loss. It's about 240 gram day per day loss. I'm gonna put this video in here, but I'm not gonna go too heavy in this video because I already covered it in the Triforce, and there is nothing new except for one thing that I would add is Brussels sprouts. So I was advocating for, in this video, I think I was advocating fiber tablets. One sec. Yeah, so I was saying that these guys kind of work. They don't, I didn't use them a lot, but occasionally I tried them. Well, let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being super effective, I'll give them maybe 3, because most of the time you feel full because of the water that you're drinking. And these guys are kind of like, I put them into the water and they became a gel. So they do definitely do something. But if you want really heavy hitters, these guys here, Brussels sprouts, I'm telling you, you can eat a handful of them and they will kill hunger, absolutely massacre it for like 1 to 2 hours. So I'm talking about sometimes in between meals, you kind of feel a little bit hungry, your body is kind of complaining, just, and it has no calories. They're like 39 calories. So you will not, trust me when I tell you, you will not gain weight eating them. Even if you abuse, like I'm talking really heavy go on them, like eat a whole bowl of them, you just don't gain weight if you eat them. The next one would be kale, and after kale would be red cabbage. You can also, but they're not as good. One sec, I'll show you. So you see I have like a tier list in here, and Brussels sprouts are basically God mode. Because by satiety, they are omega high, omega high. So you see, rather than buying this stuff, which is a little bit expensive, just save money and buy the real deal, which is the Brussels sprouts. Now, you need to get used to eating them because your body has to develop certain biomicrobes inside your gut. They're called gut microbiome, right? In the beginning, you're gonna basically have bloating, but in about 1 to 2 weeks, I'd say, even it depends on how good your microbiome. Like my microbiome right now, I eat 35 different vegetables per day. So my microbiome, I can eat anything and I won't have bloating. But if you are eating like Monster drinks, Nutella, like junk food mostly, your microbiome is gonna suck. So in the beginning, you're gonna have a lot of bloating, and possibly you're gonna have to run to the bathroom a lot because your microbiome is not in the good shape, basically. You need to develop good microbiome so your body is healthy. And if you're eating crisps all day, it's not good, basically. But I'm telling you, this stuff works like crazy good, crazy good. And generally, like, well, let me go through some. Okay, so what works in the fat loss? The most important thing is calories in, calories out. So you need to know how many kilocalories per day do you need in order to maintain your weight, right? So the way to do that is you can do formulas. Just ask ChatGPT, you know, how to calculate BMR. It's called BMR basically. Or you can get weighting scales. One sec. Yeah, so these are the guys that I have. They're like super cheap, 17 euro. They're very, very good. You basically stand on them. They calculate a lot of stuff, your weight, you put in your height, your age, and then they will tell you, you see, they will tell you your, oh, they don't have it in here in the screenshot, but they will tell you how many calories per day do you need to eat. And then all you do is simply eat below BMR equals weight loss. And that's it. That's all there is to it. There is nothing else you need to do special outside of this. So now the next problem is gonna be the hunger. That's the killer of your motivation, is the hunger, right? So the way to overcome hunger is vegetable diet. Because veggies, they have no calories. Well, they have very small amount of calories, but they absolutely kill hunger. I also eat stuff like kiwi peel, banana peel, and apple peel, that's obvious. Clementines peel as well I eat, right? And that, you basically want a lot of fiber. And that fiber, I'm telling you, like once you try kiwi, banana peel, apple peel, clementines peel, you sometimes eat so small you forget to eat. Well, not like small, I'm talking about it's so fulfilling, you eat like 100 calories and you forget to eat for the next 6 hours. It's so effective. That's what I'm telling you, like this Brussels sprouts and peel, godlike level. And so, because the fundamental issue becomes when you have calorie restriction, your body starts complaining. It's like, hey, there's not enough food. There's not enough food. Oh my God, I'm thinking about food all the time. I'm thinking about the fridge. So how do you stop that from happening? And the way to do that is through eating vegetables. So that's how you control the hunger, basically. And that's it. Because back in the days when I went 3% body fat, well, one sec, let me show you the picture. Yeah, so in here, you see, I was 3% body fat and I was super hungry all the time. In here, like there is a fridge inside this room that I'm standing, and when I'm off camera, I'm looking at it all the time, and it's talking to me. It's saying, you know, you need a sandwich. You need to eat a sandwich, right? So it was very it wasn't a good experience. Whereas right now I lost 60 kilos and it was effortless, absolutely effortless. And the difference is that I discovered vegetables and just how effective they are at killing hunger. So let me just write it out a little bit. So hunger and feeling of fullness comes from two primarily things. One is satiety, which is nutrient sensing. So I always go with this example. Sugar has one ingredient, which is sucrose, okay? You can eat infinite amounts of sugar and you will still be hungry. Trust me on this. In calories, you can eat 3,000 calories of sugar, you will still be hungry. Why? Because there is no nutrients inside, okay? Tomatoes have 10,000 compounds or ingredients in them. You eat like 200 kilocalories of tomatoes, you are instantly full. Why? Because there is a lot of nutrients that feed your microbiome inside of tomatoes and vegetables. But there is nothing that feeds your microbiome in sugar. Sugar is basically just like petrol into your car. You just put it in, but your body is still hungry because it has no signals to stop the hunger. Whereas tomatoes, stuff like Brussels sprouts, Brussels sprouts like hundreds of thousands in there. So you eat small amounts and you're no longer hungry. So you need to stop thinking. So I'll put it in here probably. Very, very important. Stop thinking in kilocalories and start thinking in satiety. So for example, if I eat a sandwich, how much satiety am I going to get? Let's say cheese sandwich, white bread, butter, and cheese. You will have shitloads of calories in it. We're talking like white bread, 2 slices is 160 calories. 2 slices of cheese is probably about 200. You just ate with butter, you just ate about 400 calories and you're still going to be hungry in the next 30 minutes. So now you think to yourself, okay, I have a calorie budget. What can I eat to be under my calorie budget, which is going to be your BMR? And you will find out that, hey, if I just eat 50 kilocalories of Brussels sprouts, which is 150 grams, you will have higher satiety than that sandwich, 450 calorie sandwich. Because again, we're going back to nutrient quantity inside the food, because that white bread has almost no nutrients. It's just starch, basically. You're eating almost like sugar. Butter is very limited. There is no... You need to basically feed microbiome. You just need to think about it, right? Like eating Nutella is a waste of time. You need to just understand that calories do not make you feel not hungry. It's the nutrients that make you feel not hungry. And those nutrients comes from vegetables and lean proteins. So there is no amount of white pasta you can eat to stop yourself from feeling hungry. No amount of noodles or crisps, because your body just simply processes them in like 20 minutes. You're back to being hungry again, right? And you can't afford to do that because you have a calorie diet. Not calorie diet, but calorie budget. Okay? But that's a good thing, because I'm telling you, once you get used to, you need to kind of, another thing you need to do is you need to detox your tongue. Because if you eat over flavored food, I'm talking about crisps, I'm talking about like salty butter, you know, something that has a lot of sugar, fat, and salt in it. I'll just give you a note. That's a side note. In nature, there is no product that has fat and sugar together and salt. Like, these ingredients are artificially created by companies because they don't exist, and your body just goes crazy for them. So this is, I call them over flavored food. And the reason why so for example, some people complain, oh, I'm eating vegetables, they don't taste like anything. That's because your tongue is burned. You need to detox your tongue. So over time, you will start to, like, when I eat like a carrot right now, I just go over the moon. It's like, or apple, it's just so delicious, so yummy. So that's something that is just, you just need time with it. Brussels sprouts I talked about. Lean proteins I talked about. So lean proteins, I'm talking about chicken fillet, turkey fillet are the best. Like, the king in here would be chicken breast sliced or turkey breast sliced. Now, some people say, hey, tuna is the king, but tuna has mercury. If tuna did not have mercury, you can buy tuna without mercury, but it's obnoxiously expensive. It's way, way too expensive. Chicken per euro per quality of protein is way too cheap. Especially if you buy in bulk, it's omega cheap. Right? So that's better. If you can buy tuna without mercury cheaply, by all means, go ahead. Okay? So kill hunger with cruciferous vegetables. So this is my tier list. Bottom line, cruciferous vegetables are the king. And you want to get to, that's kind of optional. Some people say you have to do it. I honestly noticed that if you eat like 30 plus per day, your energy spikes. You just have a lot of energy and you don't feel as hungry. Basically, like, for example, I'll give you an example. What is better? Two portions of red cabbage, or 1 portion of red cabbage and 1 portion of white cabbage? One portion of red cabbage and 1 portion of white cabbage are better because they feed different microbiomes. Even though red cabbage by nutrients is a little bit better than white cabbage, but because they feed different microbiomes, they become better as a mix. because you can argue, hey, if kale and Brussels sprouts are God tier, why don't you just make a just eat just eat only this? But you have to remember that these do not feed all the microbiomes. So you have to, they say eat the rainbow. And by eating the rainbow, you feed different microbiomes, and then your body functions really, really well. And I'm telling you, like, it's just God mode, basically. If you want to wake up feeling like God, that's the way to do it. Think in satiety, not in kilocalories. I hope this process is. But that's basically it. That's all there is to it, right? If you, so the next one would be like people say, hey, do you need to do workouts? I did not do it. I started doing workouts only 123 days in. Before that, I did not do it at all. And I lost colossal amount of weight without doing any exercise. Because you have to remember, your body does not like being in obesity. It likes being overweight, but it does not like obesity. So there is a one sec. Yeah, so this one, you see, like if you have BMI below 25, you're normal, below 30, you're overweight, obese over 30, extreme obesity. There is also breakdown of obesity 1, obesity 2, obesity 3 is when you are over 40, which is here. Obesity over 40, you are basically, that's medical condition at that point. So your body is okay being overweight. It actually kind of likes it a little bit. But there is nothing bad about being overweight. I just want to be clear on this. I'm talking about obesity. Your body does not like when you're obese. So it's going to push you out of this zone. It's going to proactively push you. In here, again, the body cannot break the laws of physics. So when you eat under your kilocalories, you will still lose weight, despite the fact not liking it. Like your body doesn't, well, I wouldn't say it doesn't like it, but because for me, my body didn't give a shit at all. It was the same trip for me from here to here, completely the same. Completely the same. Like I'll show you the graph. It's just like, you see, it just went shoot, and then that's it. So I had some plateaus every once in a while. You can see in here, like I got stuck a little bit. In here I got stuck a little bit. Here got stuck a bit. In here I got stuck a bit. But overall it was just like smooth sailing. That's because the vegetables are just a hack. Honestly, it's just a complete. It's such a. I can't explain it other than a hack. It's like you have a system that is just defies the laws of physics. I'm talking about you can stuff yourself like a pig. One time I ate so many tomatoes, kale, and Brussels sprouts I couldn't walk. I ate so much, and I still lost shitloads of weight. It's like miracle, basically. It's a complete miracle. All right, so, but why do you need workout? You need it for muscle retention. So if you were to ask me right now, would I recommend it? Yes. Yes. If you're obese and you really do not want to do it, don't do it. If workout stops you from losing weight, just don't do workout, because you have so much fat, your body is going to get rid of it. Workouts start to become important once you start getting to overweight, because your body has so much fat when you're obese. It's not going to really burn a lot of muscle. It's just going to get rid of the fat. That's what happened to me anyway, right? But if you can, it's 8 minutes per day, 3 times a week. So you're talking about 24. And I'll show you my workouts. It's completely piss easy. Completely piss easy. So body weight squats, 12 to 15 reps. Push-ups, 10 to 15. I do it on my knees. I don't do it on my tippy toes, right? So they're called girl push-ups sometimes. I do them. And I'm telling you, my chest is ripped. Bent over rows, I use a 5-liter water bottle. Yeah, so I basically just have this. Yeah, I have exactly, well, not this one, but Tesco version of this, basically. And then you just lift it, it's 5 kilos. You do a dumbbell row. It's very easy, very, very easy. Glute bridges, just lift your ass up, lie down, lift your ass up. Overhead press, very simple. And then plank. I do 30 seconds. And you see like in here, and I only started this last December, so this is 4 weeks, 4 months ago. And you see like the difficulty. In the beginning, it was kind of difficult. Like 5 being failed, so I was like 3 out of 5 on difficulty. And then I started tracking individually, so you see like push-ups were difficult in the beginning. But then over time, you see it went from this. So what's average in here? Average is 2.2 on average difficulty for the whole session. 2.2 to being 0.25. 10 times easier. And I do 2 cycles of this. This takes 9 minutes per day. And one thing I'll tell you, do not do it every single day. So I tried initially to do it every single day, and I noticed I have no improvement. In fact, it was getting harder and harder and harder. And I asked ChatGPT what the hell's going on. It said, hey, you don't give yourself enough time to recover. In training sessions, in workouts, less is more, because if you don't give your muscles time to grow, which is approximately 1 to 2 days after the workout, you're simply going to be running in a circle where you don't give yourself enough recovery, you barely recover, you work out, you break your muscles a little bit, and then it doesn't have time to recover, you're back to square one. Every training session, you're back to square one. So you notice that as soon as I stopped doing every single day, I stopped doing 3 times a week, which is Tuesday. What am I doing? I'm doing Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. And then you see like my progression immediately started going like correctly. The difficulties started reducing. It started going down basically because muscles becoming stronger, more muscle fiber, stability becomes better. So I'm just telling you, like when it comes to muscle building and resistance training, strength training, you need to give yourself time to recover. Sometimes if it's 2 days, take the 2 days off. Do not go to the gym if you're fatigued. Under no circumstances do you go to the gym if you're fatigued. I don't even go to the gym. I do it at home because this is so easy. Like this is so piss easy. On a scale of 1 to 10, this is like 1. Occasionally 3. Most of the time it's like 1.5. Okay, optional if you're super fat, how easy it is, super easy, okay. Okay, this one I just see people at my workplace sometimes, and just I see people on the street and they're just torturing themselves, okay. I just want to debunk this straight away. Your body does not have, okay, so more pain, more gain is a myth. Your body does not have a detector inside that says, hey, this guy tortured himself, therefore I'm give him a bigger reward. Does not work like that at all. Same concept in investing. They say higher risk equals higher reward. So that's why they say, oh, Bitcoin is good because it's so risky. No, it's a scam. It's very, very bad for you. I earn obnoxious amounts of money with no risk, 0 risk. More than Bitcoin. My returns are much bigger than Bitcoin. And, well, not returns of Bitcoin. I'm talking about Bitcoin's crazy returns, but I'm talking about relative to all other schemes, because at some point you have to remember that Bitcoin is going to go to 0. Everybody's going to lose their money. So your effective return is going to be 0. Right now, the scam is still going. It's like back in the days you had, let me just get some mineral water. Yum, 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 yum. So back in the days, there was like, what was it? Beanie Babies, comic book scams, where people were just like trading comic books, and you could get like 300, 500, sometimes 10,000% on comic books. So I'm not saying that my returns are like that, but you have to remember all that stuff becomes 0 eventually. But I'm talking about like 10 to 20% per year. That's crazy return with no risk. And I have that, right? So what I'm trying to say is that don't buy into those myths where unless you're training like a crazy, like there's no tomorrow, you're not going to gain. Like I'll give you a good example of this. I was watching a podcast and they said Because in the gym, they tell you, you got to train to failure. That's how you get the muscle growth. But there is science that will tell you that if you do 2 reps short of failure, you still get the same muscle growth. So that's a myth. People tell you, oh, to failure produces the highest muscle growth. No, it doesn't. 2 steps short of failure, which is easier, produces good muscle results. Right? What else I want to cover here? Well, let me just think. Bottom line, do not torture yourself. Easy is motivating. Easy equals motivation equals efficiency, because when it's easy, your body is telling you you are being efficient. You're spending less effort and having maximum gains. So do not torture yourself. Now, another problem with torturing yourself is that torture workouts equals glucose burning. When you burn glucose, your body will force you to eat that glucose back. So you end up eating the calories back. So for example, what is better? HIIT training, high intensity interval training, or LISS training, which is low intensity, slow and steady. LISS will win. Like HIIT will burn more calories, but LISS produces no hunger, because LISS is like super low intensity. Walking is LISS. HIIT is like you are, well, you need to do a bit of research on what HIIT is. But HIIT is like when you increase your heart rate to very high levels, your body goes into crazy mode. It's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then you slow it down and you do cycles like this. You burn shitloads of calories doing this. But the problem is it burns glucose. You have to remember your body has 2 modes. One is fat burn, where it scoops the fat and uses this as fuel. And second one is called anaerobic, I think it's called. But bottom line, it's like a, just call it glucose mode. It will consume all the glucose inside your body, and you're gonna become omega hungry. Omega. You will not be able to survive on Brussels sprouts if your body is demanding glucose. I'm talking, it will say eat rice, eat oatmeal, eat sandwiches, eat something that has shitloads of calories that I can process very quickly. I need to eat sugar. I need to restore my glucose levels. And you want to avoid this as much as possible, because you have to remember, if you did workout, you burned 500 calories, you then eat back 500 calories, you basically wasted an entire day. You do not want to be in that position. So body does not care how you do it, as long as the calorie deficit is there. Now, if you don't get hungry and you can do HIIT, which I doubt you do, because I mean, Get Good kids are going to be like, well, I'm doing that. Well, how come you're still fat and stuck in bronze? Anyway, that's a topic, different discussion. I'm not going to get into it. Jesus Christ. Anyway, no recovery days are already covered. And that's pretty much it. Okay? So the core, calories in, calories out. Veggies are king. Do LISS training, walking. And think in terms of satiety. Do not think in terms of calories. All right? Take care. Bye-bye.